Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that I personally think is one of the coolest things in object-oriented programming, and that's inheritance in Python. Now, if you've been following along with our Python series, you already know what classes are. So today we're building on that. And trust me, once this clicks, it's going to change the way you think about writing code. Alright, let's get into it. What is inheritance? So here's the simplest way I can put it. Imagine you're a kid. You naturally pick up certain traits from your parents. Maybe their height, their eye color, their habits. You didn't have to build those from scratch. You inherited them. Inheritance in Python works the same way. We have a parent class, also called a base class, and a child class that inherits from it. The child automatically gets all the methods and properties of the parent. No need to rewrite them. Why does this matter? 3 big reasons: code reuse, readability, and maintainability. Write it once, use it everywhere. Python supports 5 types of inheritance, and we're going to walk through all of them today. Type 1, single inheritance. Let's start simple. Single inheritance is when one child class inherits from exactly one parent class. In our example, we have an animal class, the parent, with a method called show_animal. Then we create a dog class that inherits from animal. Dog also has its own method called show_dog. Now here's the interesting part. When we create a dog object and call show_animal on it, it works. Even though show_animal is defined inside animal, the dog class inherited it. So the output you'll see is, this is the animal class, followed by this is the dog class. Simple, clean, powerful. The child gets everything the parent has, plus whatever it adds on its own. Type 2, multilevel inheritance. Now, let's go one level deeper, literally. Multilevel inheritance is when you have a chain, a grandparent, a parent, and a child. Think of it like generations. We have a living being class at the top. Then animal inherits from living being. And then dog inherits from animal. So when we create a dog object and call all 3 methods, living_method, animal_method, and dog_method, all 3 work perfectly. The dog inherited everything up the chain. The output shows living being method, then animal method, then dog method, in that order. This is super useful when your code naturally follows a hierarchy. Real-world example: think of a person, employee, manager chain. Each level builds on the previous one. Type 3, multiple inheritance. Okay, this one is where things get a little more interesting. Multiple inheritance is when a child class inherits from more than one parent class. In our example, we have 2 parent classes, engineer and artist. Then we create a designer class that inherits from both. And yes, a designer object can call engineer_method and artist_method without any issues. It gets the best of both worlds. The output you'll see is engineer method, artist method, designer method, all 3 from a single object. Now, a small heads up here. Multiple inheritance can get complicated when 2 parent classes have methods with the same name. Python handles this using something called the MRO, the method resolution order. We'll cover that in a future video, but just know it exists and Python handles it gracefully. Type 4, hierarchical inheritance. Alright, let's flip things around. Instead of one child, multiple parents, we now have one parent and multiple children. That's hierarchical inheritance. We have a shape class as the parent, with a describe method. Then we create 2 child classes, circle and rectangle, both inheriting from shape. Neither circle nor rectangle adds any new methods, they just use pass. But when we called describe on both objects, they both print, I am a shape. Both children share the same parent behavior. This is really handy when you have many related classes that all share a common foundation. Type 5, hybrid inheritance. Last one, and this is the most advanced. Hybrid inheritance is a combination of 2 or more types of inheritance in a single program. Our example combines both multilevel and multiple inheritance. We start with a vehicle class at the top. Then car and truck both inherit from vehicle, that's hierarchical. Then we create an electric trucks class that inherits from both car and truck, that's multiple. So when we call all four methods on an electric truck object, we get vehicle class, car class, truck class, electric truck class. That single object has access to methods from 3 different levels of the hierarchy. Pretty powerful stuff. Quick summary. Let me quickly recap all 5 types before we wrap up. Single inheritance, one parent, one child. Straightforward and clean. Multilevel, a chain of classes, like grandparent to parent to child. Multiple, one child class pulling from 2 or more parents. Hierarchical, one parent shared by many children. And hybrid, a mix of the above types working together. Practice task. Before you go, here's your practice task for today. Create a class called Vehicle and then derive 2 child classes from it, Car and Bike. Give each child class its own unique method and try calling them. If you want to take it further, add a 3rd level, maybe an electric car that inherits from Carl. Drop your code in the comments. I'd love to see what you come up with. Alright, that's a wrap for today. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you in the next lesson. Happy coding!